Hello. Now I shall explain to you what is the diet plan that one needs to follow.
Our grandparents and their generations were people who were 90% outdoors. We, as a generation, have shifted from being outdoors to 90% indoors. Yet, we continue to eat the same amount of food that our grandparents used to eat. No one ever told us that there has been a shift from being outdoors to indoors, that we cannot eat so much of food. Instead, our parents forced us to eat even when we said we are not hungry. And today, we do the same to our kids. Basically, we are all overeating. Unfortunately, the present generation is the most messed up one ever. Have you ever seen so many health related problems like cancer, kidney disease, diabetes, and so many other deadly diseases? This means that we are all doing something wrong, and yet we continue to teach the next generation to do the same.
Our stomach is the size of a fist. A fistful is what one is supposed to eat. A fistful is all what is needed for the body's energy. A fistful is all that the stomach is capable of digesting. If we feed our stomach just about how much it can digest, no matter what you eat, it will get digested. It's only when we eat beyond our digestive capacity, it is harmful. Basically, most of us eat 2 or 3 times the capacity of our stomach. And this generation, unfortunately, is not burning the food due to lack of physical work. Due to the excess food intake, the stomach expands like a balloon and over a period of time becomes huge. It is not equipped with the digestive juices to digest so much quantity. It can digest only a fistful. Then what do you think happens to the rest of the food? It gets partially digested and is absorbed into the body. It is like putting adulterated petrol into your car. This partially digested food is the root cause of all the diseases in the body. The energy that is produced by the body is distributed to the whole body. Who does that job? It's the brain. The brain decides which part of the body needs energy. There is a lot of energy required to digest the food in the stomach. Hence, when we eat way more than the capacity of the stomach, the brain senses that the stomach needs more energy. And all the energy that is necessary for the functioning of the entire body is sent only to the stomach. The rest of the body is deprived of energy. That is why we feel like laying down or feel lethargy after we eat. The rest of the body does not get the required energy for its immunity, and then we fall sick. Now, you will ask me, if we eat only a fistful, where is all the nutrition going to come from? Have you ever found out what your maid, your gardener, driver, the construction worker, laborer, or 70% of the Indian population who are under poverty line eat? They have rice, dal, pickle 3 times a day. They don't care about fruits, vegetables, carbohydrates, or proteins like you and me. And they are the ones who do way more work than you and I do physically. Whatever nutrition is needed for the body will surely come from the fistful of food that you eat. Food that we eat is for our energy. Each of us have to calculate the amount we need to eat every day and each meal. If you feel lethargic or heavy after a meal, you are obviously overeating. One should always feel light and energetic after food. Bariatric surgery, as you might know, is basically done for obese patients. They reduce the size of the stomach and people lose about 20 to 30 kgs, and most of them get rid of their diabetes, BP, etc. We are trying to do the same bariatric procedure here by denying the stomach the amount of food that it was always used to. As you eat lesser and lesser each day, your stomach over a period of time will shrink back to its original size. This is just a natural way of doing it without the surgery. Now, let me explain to you how to follow this simple diet. I want you to take a ball that fits into your palm with the outer edges not going over your fingers. The size of the bowl indicates how much food you should eat at one point of time. Don't look so perplexed. It would seem very less when you look at it initially. In fact, you don't have to stick to that in the beginning. Start slow. You can plan and reach the size of that bowl by slowly decreasing the size of your bowl to fit the palm. Take about a week or 10 days time. Once you come to that particular bowl, fill that bowl with whatever you want. In the mornings, it could be cornflakes, poha, upma, bacon, sausage, fruits, eggs, or whatever your heart desires. You fill it in that bowl, but you must eat only that much. Food usually takes about 4 hours to digest in the stomach, depending upon the kind of food that you're eating. You go on to the next meal only when the stomach has been emptied. That's a minimum of 4 hours. I think we are like alcoholics. We are foodaholics. Don't you agree? We are addicted to food. We are used to stuffing our bellies so much for the past so many years of our life, it's not easy to cut down on the quantity of food. It'll take a while, maybe a week or 10 days for the stomach to get used to the small quantity of the food that we have started to consume. The first 1 or 2 hours, you'll feel very dissatisfied with what you're doing. Initial 2 to 3 days, you might feel uncomfortable in your stomach, get crazy hunger pangs, maybe a little stomach ache, change in the bowel habits, etc. But just ignore all these things. Your stomach is calling out for all the excess food that it's been used to for the past so many years. Do not give in to that. Do something to keep yourself busy. Go out, do some retail therapy, watch a movie, meet up with friends, garden. Do whatever it takes to keep you from giving into the temptation of food. Trust me, the first 2 to 3 days are crucial. That's it. After that, your stomach will get used to it. Once you get used to this kind of eating, don't eat every 4 or 5 hours because you are supposed to eat. Eat only when you feel that you need to eat for energy. It can be 4 hours for somebody, five for somebody, or even 6 hours. It's entirely up to you. Don't worry about what you have read or heard on leaving your stomach empty for too long. Have you heard autophagy by intermittent fasting for about 12 to 24 hours by the Japanese biologist? This has won a Nobel Prize. You must read about it. Those who have acidity must eat every 4 hours till their acidity settles down. Later, the minimum gap is 4 hours and the maximum can be however long. In between, if you wish, you can have water, buttermilk, coconut water, green tea, but liquids only. No fruit juices or milkshakes. I'm not stopping you from eating anything, nor am I telling you what to eat. Continue to eat whatever you've been eating, but only a fistful. Why does it make sense to eat a fistful? Why can't you eat more? When we eat a biryani or an ice cream, you always remember the first 3 or 4 bites and then the last bite, right? What happens in between is called as unconscious eating. This is what we do all the time. Take the biryani or whatever you wish to in the bowl that I have mentioned, spread it out on a plate. Now you know how much is there for you to eat. Eat very slowly, bite by bite, chew as much as you can. Trust me, you will enjoy each and every bite of what you're eating. Each bite needs to be tasted and enjoyed. When you smell good food, saliva is produced. When you taste the good food, more digestive juices are produced. These juices are very, very essential for digestion to happen. It is important to eat tasty food. If you eat food you don't like, it won't get digested. When tasty food is something that everybody loves to eat, why deny the pleasure, especially when you can eat whatever you want? The only catch here is the quantity that you consume. 3 to 4 days into the diet, and you will feel a surge in your energy levels because all the energy that was used previously for your digestion is there at your disposal now. Initially, this energy is used to heal whichever part of the body has an issue or whichever part requires it. So, people with BP and diabetes are advised to check their readings every week and adjust their medicines accordingly. Check your thyroid also once in 2 to 3 months. Once the health is settled, then weight loss will happen. Initially in inches, then in weight. We've had people below 40 years of age losing around 3 to 5 kgs a month, and those above 40 losing about 2 to 3 kgs a month. Does one feel tired while on this diet? Have you seen a laborer or a farmer working? Do we even do 5% of what he does physically? You and I cannot physically get tired unless we run a marathon or something else that requires a lot of physical energy. What we feel is mental tiredness. So tell me, what do you do when your phone slows down? Don't you shut all the windows? Similarly, when we feel tired, we need to shut down our thoughts. Sit down with our eyes closed and focus on our breathing for about 15-20 minutes. Your thoughts will disappear till you reach a no thought zone. Stay there for about 15-20 minutes and your body will be rebooted. Once the healing that is required is complete, the body starts to lose weight. You continue the diet till the desired weight is achieved. Then you adjust the quantity of the food to your comfort level. Those who exercise and those who are physically active can eat a little more than a bowl. Always listen to the body. It will speak to you. It will tell you how much it needs. The key is to listen.